journey over this last, 8 weeks that we've really concentrated on what has resulted in today. And I'd also like to acknowledge the subcommittee, and they're probably not here because they're out there still working and packing up. And one of the subcommittee is Kat. Hello, Kat. And there's Shannon, and there's Scott and Bruce. And we had others join us along the way. And I know I haven't given you the whole names because we'll find out those later. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge our Catherine King, our Honourable Catherine King MP, to come and now deliver her speech. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we gather, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and future. To the Mayor, Councillor Paul Tatchell, to Cherrison Lawton, the President of the Bacchus Marsh Sub-Branch, to Des Callaghan, OAN, Vice President of the RSL here in Victoria, to Michael Madden, who's author of the Victoria Cross Australia Remembers, and to Ross Holsham from Parks and Gardens, and particularly on today, many of the descendants of service personnel on the Avenue. Today we come together to commemorate and celebrate the 100th anniversary of Bacchus Marsh's beautiful and historic Avenue of Honour. On Saturday, the 10th of August 1918, 100 years ago yesterday, the trees of this avenue were planted while Australia and much of the world was still at war. When the people of Bacchus Marsh came together to plant these Canadian elms, their sons, their brothers, their fathers, and many of their sisters and daughters were still far from home and far from safe. When they came together to plant these trees, they were thinking of those that they had lost and those that they may still lose. It's hard to imagine the confusion and depth of feeling that must have been experienced by the people of Bacchus Marsh in those days. The sorrow for lost family and friends, the fear for those still overseas, the sympathy for those injured, and the relief for those who had returned safe. Every day reading the paper to see who from their community had been lost, had been captured or wounded. Just as these trees were being planted, the final offensives of the war began with the bloody Battle of Amiens, a fight that concluded on this very day a century ago. The battle is listed as a victory, with the Allied troops having achieved all of their objectives. These objectives were only achieved at the cost of 19,000 Allied casualties, with a similar number on the German side. One of the young men who was killed was Lieutenant Neil McLaughlin. He's commemorated in the avenue that we just walked down. Lieutenant McLaughlin, a school teacher from Meredith who received a military cross for his courage in a previous battle, died at 7:45 a.m. on the 10th of August 1918, 100 years ago yesterday. One of the men under his command, Private Morgan, described this commander as tall, 5'11" and dark, a man who was much loved by the lads. If you look at his photo today, you see a 24-year-old boy, really, just like so many others, slim, clean-shaven, with a full life ahead of him. It was not to be. Private Morgan was there for the lieutenant's final moments. In Private Morgan's words, Mac was in charge and leading. He was hit in the head with machine gun bullets and killed instantly. I saw him lying dead in the open. Private Morgan himself was wounded moments later. The 10th of August 1918 was the day of Lieutenant McLaughlin's death. It was the same day that the avenue here in the marsh was planted. 7:45 a.m. on the battle-scarred fields of northern France would have been mid-afternoon back home in Australia, only a couple of hours later than it is now. At the same time, the people of Bacchus Marsh gathered on that winter afternoon to plant the elms that we love so much today. Lieutenant Neil McLaughlin was sitting in his trench, waiting for the barrage to lift and the advance to begin. By the time the sun set on Bacchus Marsh's new Avenue of Honour, Neil was lying dead in the summer fields of France. Those at home would have been unaware of both the battle and Neil's fate, just as the young 24-year-old lieutenant could not have imagined that his name would soon be enshrined at the base of a Canadian helmet back in Australia. A plaque and a tree in a home that he would not return to. Both Neil and his elder brother John, killed at the Somme in 1916, never again left France. Their family never saw their sons again. Neil was never to return to that school in Merida. His life ended a century ago yesterday, and now he lies forever in a cemetery near the small town of Bacchus-Marsh, a long way from home. Sometimes it can be hard to attach stories like Neil's to the trees that we see lining the avenue that you drive every single day as we go about our daily lives. But each one of those trees, or 281 of them, and now the tree dedicated to the many who we don't have trees for, tell a story just like that of Lieutenant McLaughlin. Each hides a depth of meaning that we can never really know or to comprehend. Each tree represents a young man who crossed the world, never to return, as well as the family, friends and community that they left behind. Each tree represents a life, some cut short, or more often one which was irreversibly changed by the brutal horrors of the First World War. While the Bacchus Marsh Avenue of Honour is a place of great beauty we cannot forget, it is also one of solemn reflection. For maintaining it so well over the past 100 years, I thank the RSL and the Shire Council and the people of Bacchus Marsh. For first planting the trees, we must thank the community of this region 100 years ago for their foresight and dedication to the memory of their family and friends. The strength of the Bacchus Marsh community today reflects the strength that existed a century ago. But most importantly, we should reflect on and thank all of those who, like Lieutenant Neil McLaughlin, are represented by those tall elms and the little parks below them.